El asunto del memo decía textual: actualización, operación Tejana, solicitud y cierre. Ese es el nombre clave. Ese memo. El memo. Desde marzo de 1950, sobre posibles hasta la fecha, hay 3 avistamientos. Uno en Mexicali. Y uno fueron registrados debido a restricciones operacionales. La fuente primaria que proporcionó información CF en el incidente original, el depósito LA, en febrero de 1971, sigue activa y ha solicitado que se cierre el caso de manera definitiva para evitar exposición. Esta oficina recomienda cerrar Operación Tejana como sospechosa fugitiva, caso inactivo, y redirigir recursos a operaciones de mayor prioridad. Se adjuntan reportes de avistamientos para archivo. Leí ese memo 5 veces, porque lo que estaba diciendo era brutal. La DEA sabía desde 1971 que Camelia estaba viva. Tenían avistamientos, tenían reportes, tenían pistas concretas, pero decidieron no seguirlas. No porque no pudieran, sino porque su informante, el gobernador del traje negro, les pidió que cerraran el caso. Y ellos obedecieron, protegieron a su fuente y dejaron que Camelia desapareciera. Pero lo que más me voló la cabeza fue la última línea del memo. Se adjuntan reportes de avistamientos para archivo. Esos reportes estaban ahí, en los documentos desclasificados. 3 reportes, cada uno de una página, con detalles específicos de dónde, cuándo y quién vio a Camelia. El primer reporte era de Mexicali, agosto de 1971, 6 meses después del tiroteo. Un agente de aduanas mexicano reportó que había visto a una mujer cruzando de Calexico a Mexicali a pie. La mujer pagó la cuota de cruce con un billete de $100. El agente le dijo que no tenía cambio. La mujer le dijo, quédatelo, y siguió caminando. El agente pensó que era raro, porque nadie da propina de $100 por cruzar la frontera. Así que anotó la descripción física de la mujer y la pasó a su supervisor. La descripción coincidía con Camelia: altura, edad aproximada, complexión, cicatriz en el brazo izquierdo. Pero el supervisor archivó el reporte, nunca lo investigó, porque no había orden de búsqueda activa para Camelia en México en ese momento. El corrido todavía no se había lanzado. Y oficialmente, Camelia era solo una sospechosa de asesinato en Los Ángeles, no una prioridad. El segundo reporte era de Nogales, diciembre de 1971. Un informante de la DEA comentó que una mujer que coincidía con
I didn't even check if I was vertical or not on this live, so maybe people, well, other people, maybe, I don't know. The sheriff of Nye County unlawfully put his hands on some lady, grabbed her phone right out of the car, and then yanked her out, drug her all into the ground, and she wasn't even committing a crime or doing anything unlawful. He says, cut her loose then, like he's all disappointed that he has to cut her loose. It's like, what? So Nye County law enforcement has, Nye County public service employees calling themselves law enforcement has a problem with battery on the people. They commit battery on the people. It's funny. If that lady would have shot Joe McGill in the face for unlawfully touching her, Nye County would have maliciously prosecuted her for years on end because they're a bunch of criminal motherfuckers. It's just the way, I guess. That lady had every right to fucking defend herself against the motherfucker at that point, and he's out there. He's the sheriff. If you went to Nye County today, he'd be the sheriff today. Like this happened in 2022, around the same time. One of Joe McGill's deputies, or whatever you want to call him, Joe McGill's deputies. That's what people are known. People are so enslaved they know them about as their deputies or whatever. It's pathetic. But yeah, one of their deputies around the same time committed battery on me. I chose to push back in defense, and they are maliciously prosecuting me. So Joe McGill gets to commit crime against some girl in 2022, and he's still the sheriff this morning. It's really telling. Fucking criminals. Trying to clean my teeth out. Hello to the two people watching. Possible Nye County criminals. Always overbroad and unregulated. Yeah, you're a real cool Nye County fucking criminal pieces of shit. Try doing things lawful, maybe. When I pushed the person who pushed me, I was lawful. I committed a lawful act when I shoved that fucking deputy. Like the little bitch he is. He committed battery on me. He came over while I was standing peacefully, not touching or harming anyone, and pushed me. That's battery. He's too much of a pussy ass bitch to admit it. They want me to be the one that's in trouble so bad. Without even stopping their own. You know, when Thomas Boney committed a crime on me, that he's not their own anymore. Fucking, they don't get that. But they're like, no, but we're the ones that get to commit the crimes. You guys have to fucking do everything, but you know, we're gonna convert your guys' shit into crimes while we actually commit crimes. That's basically what their Nye County is saying. But oh well, it doesn't really matter. This life isn't fucking. It's kind of a fucking shithole piece of shit life. Every single registered individual, every single individual in the United States with documentation is a liar. They're forced to lie. They're forced to live in a lie. They're like they're completely living in Stockholm syndrome. They know they're living in Stockholm syndrome. They know they're not supposed to pay taxes or register themselves. But if they don't, life is set up to where they can't travel, they can't buy certain things. So basically, they're like, "Oh well, I'll just get the registration, so then I can, buy things and move freely and stuff." But then they're like, oh, "I wasn't supposed to get the registration and pay taxes in order to move freely, but I better do it because everybody else is, and I might get put in a jail for not doing it, you know. So it's like shit. I don't know what to say about it other than it's just a bunch of bullshit. Basically, all my friends and family are forced to live a lie. And we're all supposed to be intelligent, but if we don't live the lie, we must not be intelligent. I don't know what to tell everybody. All I can do is talk to you guys and, you know, tell you guys how I feel and everything. And then, like, this maybe might make a difference, maybe might not make a difference. The criminals down in Knight County, they're watching constantly. They know my YouTube channel. They watch. They're a bunch of watchers, waiters, and haters. They couldn't stand up if they to pee if they fucking wanted to. Bunch of fucking criminals. They don't leave anybody alone. And then everybody else is supposed to be the bad person. Great. One person watching. Where'd the other guy go that was watching? Why don't you just fucking stick around? Oh, because it's boring. Everything's boring. What else are you guys gonna do? Watch Bao's live stream about James Freeman being unlawfully arrested, or maybe all of his charges are true from what he actually did. Yeah. He James Freeman spends is basically the last part of his life advocating for rights and justice, and he gets put in jail, stacked up charges, and everybody's just like all just talking shit and fucking laughing, carrying on, saying, "Oh yeah, great awesome people." Bye to the two people that was watching. Like anybody gives a fuck really anyway. So what, I should give a fuck about what, huh? I'll go live again in a little bit, maybe.